Good evening. The family of a man who died after being restrained by bouncers have won the right to a review of the case. Two men were arrested on suspicion of murder, but no one has ever been prosecuted over the death of Julian Webster 4 years ago. On the 10th of April 2009, he'd been out in Manchester with friends from Birmingham. After a disagreement, though, he was restrained by bouncers outside a bar and was unconscious when police arrived. In July of 2010, the Crown Prosecution Service said there was insufficient evidence to prosecute anyone. Then, in November of last year, an inquest heard that although he had an undetected heart condition, restraint had played a significant part in his death. This report now from Lindsay Doyle.
4 years and a mother still waiting for justice. But finally today, a glimmer of hope. The right to challenge the Crown Prosecution Service decision not to take anyone to court over her son's death outside a Manchester bar.
There was more than enough evidence. I don't know what more they wanted, Did they want to witness it themselves or something? I don't know. But there was more than enough evidence.
Julian Webster, who was 24 and from Edgbaston in Birmingham, died on Easter Sunday in April 2009 after he'd returned to the Picture and Piano in Manchester city centre to retrieve a mobile phone and was restrained by door staff.
Someone have you in a headlock, that's assault. Someone abuse you or intimidate you or lay a hand on you, that's an assault. And yet someone could have my son in a headlock, cut off his air supply, blood to his heart, cause his death, and that's fine by the CPS.
The family's last throw of the legal dice came in the High Court in London. The judge's ruling means the CPS must look again at the evidence.
File will be looked at again. Evidence that came through from the inquest, I suspect, will be introduced into that file to see whether or not there is now a better or more realistic prospect of conviction.
Julian Webster was fit and healthy and keen on sport, but he had an undetected heart condition, a blocked valve. When he struggled for breath, it brought on a cardiac arrest.
Julian Webster was held for 8 minutes, and that significantly contributed to his death. And hence, this is one of the reasons why the High Court has granted permission to go ahead.
The CPS didn't wish to be interviewed today, saying that as this matter will be considered by the court, it would not be appropriate to comment further at this time.
What really, really hurts me more is knowing that he died on his own. There was not even a familiar, loving face, nobody around him when he took his last breath.
Lindsay Doyle, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.
Now, coming up a little later in the